Why is Christianity true and other religions false? Why is and I've heard it before. I've heard a lot of times. Why is Christianity? Why do you guys say this is the exclusive? Like Christianity is the only exclusive religion. This is, it's. You say everybody else is wrong. You're right. You're taking this stance, and it kind of, some people don't like it. And so why do we say that Christianity is true? How do we know it's true? And how can we say the other religions are false? It's not just, hey, has a path to God. No. Christianity we know is true, and we know that all other religions are false. They are not the way to God. Andre, what would you tell that person that says, well, what's so special about Christianity?
First, I want to declare a position that I think all Christians need to have and should have, and that is, we don't have all the answers. We just talked about it. We don't, sometimes we're also wondering what the answer is, but we know that we are connected to the Creator who has proclaimed all of history in advance and who knows everything big and small, and we have that connection. We can run to God and we can get an answer. We can go to other Christians in history who had probably the same question at one point in time in their life and see what their outcome or their answer was. And we are selecting the best answer that we can have. If we don't have an answer as Christians, guess what? We should say, we don't have an answer. I'm still looking for an answer. I need that answer. Maybe you have the answer, but we want to find the correct answer. And I wanted to say that, as a Christian, I'm not running around going, oh, everybody's dumb and I'm the only smart one. No, that's not our position. We sometimes, people say, oh, you're so intolerant, you're so arrogant, you're so, you think you're so smart, right? And in reality, it's not that I think I'm so smart or that I'm arrogant. It's just that I have the right answer for this, I have the right answer for this, and the things that I have a right answer for, I want to get out there to as many people as possible. I want to, as many people that, 1 + 1 is 2, everybody. That's okay, right? It's okay for me to claim that. That's not hatred, okay? That's just the right answer to that equation. And so I want to start there, but just want to say this. When we understand there's a God, and then we understand that there's so many different stories about God, and which ones are true. Today's world, secular world, is saying, you know what? Let's just unite all the religions. All the religions are so similar, so they must all be the same. It's just the same God wearing different masks. But it's not like that. When you actually look at the claims every religion has, you realize that they're all claiming different things. 1 + 1 is 3. No. 1 + 1 is 7. No. 1 + 1 is 12. And you're just like, okay. We definitely can say that, they all can't be right? But we can say, hey, let's look at their claims and let's logically pull them apart. Let's look at what they're saying, and does it make sense? But for a quick brief example, we have one religion, which is Hinduism, right? I think I wrote it down here. It's claiming this. It says that God is the universe. That's what it claims in its teaching. And then you have Islam that's saying, you know what? No, Allah is separate from the universe. So these are two big truth claims and two big religious, movements here on earth, but they're saying two radically different things, right? They're saying 1 + 1 + 1 = 5, and 1 + 1 = 10. And you can say, well, let's just use our logic and reason here. Let's not just eat this whole social push on all the religions are the same. Let's actually look into all these religions. Let's actually put on the glasses for a minute and look at what they're believing, look at what they're seeing and going, whoa. Let's dig deep in their fundamental truths and claims that they're going at, and that's how we evaluate what is really true. When we look at Christianity, though, it stands alone. It's so different from any other religion out there. And I'm not just saying that, I'm actually challenging you to go look at all the religions, go look at their fundamental teachings and what they really are, and go look at Christianity and what it really is claiming to be. And a few claims off the top of my head that make Christianity just stand alone is, first of all, Jesus Christ constantly claims that I am the way, I am the bread, I am the life, I am exclusive. Most other religions say, this is the way, this is the life. I think this is how you get to God. I think this is what you need to do. In Christianity, God has foreseen that nobody can be righteous and that only His righteousness can make us righteous. And that's why He comes to us. All the other religions say we need to get to God. We need to somehow get enlightened and get to God. And God says, no, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to give you a plan of salvation that you can't just create and make happen. Only I can. And I'm going to give you that as a gift. And that's what we have. And not only does Jesus Christ come and becomes a human being, and it's like, cloaks himself with the flesh for a time period, but in those years of his life here on earth, he fulfills thousands of, let's say hundreds of prophecies, or the chance of him fulfilling just a few of them is immense, but he fulfills almost all of the prophecies that have been claimed in the text that we have in the Old Testament, the Torah. He fulfills them in a historical moment, Good Friday, the cross, and then not only all the when he speaks with authority of being the truth, when he stands before Pilate asks him, what is truth? And he's saying, I'm standing right in front of you. He says, my kingdom is not this. My kingdom is there. I am truth. And Pilate doesn't understand. But what he's claiming the whole time he's on earth is that I am God. I am truth. And that's why he gets killed, because the Jews were kind of looking for a different God that they kind of wanted, not this one. And so when they kill him, he resurrects, which no other faith movement has in their credibility. Muhammad is dead, Buddha is dead, all these other religions basically don't have the credibility and don't have the immense amount of miraculous proof that God is speaking there. So that's just the basics of what you can do in your spare time now as you're sitting at home going, how can I better understand what's happening in this world? Well, go put on the perspective of others and start actually doing your investigation. Start writing out, hey, this is what Islam is, and this is what Buddhism is, and this, you don't need to go join the religion. We have the internet. Go look at people who join the religion and teach the religion, and then realize what's wrong with the religion. You can get an advanced course right now online.
I just want to add one thing. It also helps to read and listen to people who quit their religion too. They're a lot more critical, and even for Christianity, and you see that a lot of the complaints against Christianity, they're not cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
That's such an interesting point, what you were saying about Jesus. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the chances of Jesus fulfilling, how many prophecies did he the Messiah? Do you guys know what that number is? How many prophecies did he fulfill? It was like 100.
I was thinking it's actually higher than that. Yeah,
I think it's around 200.
Okay, well, whatever that number is, I remember seeing some number. If you guys are at home, you can look up this online. You can Google this one.
Fact check.
Fact check it. We're probably off right now. You can even tell us in the live chat. But the chances of him fulfilling 8 prophecies, just 8 in the Old Testament, that number was so huge. It, like, if it was tiny, like the numbers, you couldn't even see the number. it would go around the Earth and around the solar, like around our solar system multiple times. Just the chances, like that's how big the number is. One in like there's not even a name for that number. That's how difficult. I think it was 8. I might be off, or it might have been 13 or something. But if you look up the chances of Christ fulfilling all of the prophecies, that is such an astronomically like huge number. You're amazed. But yeah, Jesus Christ was the only one that says, "I'm going to rise again from the dead," and he actually did it. That's so powerful, right?
I wanted to add one last thing. One of the greatest evidence that we have is the canon, the Bible. I know people say, I don't believe in the Bible, but if I butchered that,
Canon. It's the canon.
Sorry, the canon. The history of how we got this in our hand is amazing. But real quick, over 30 authors, over thousands
Over
40 authors, thousands of years of history, different continents, all inspired to put to pen what God is doing. All talking about one basic, most important, simple thing, salvation. How to be saved, and how God is going to save, and how God has a special plan for salvation, how it's going to come forth, and how it's going to happen. And then it happens, and then salvation breaks forth like crazy across the world. And it's not by just 12 men or 10 men or 1 man, 40. Thousands of years of separation. How did all these guys coerce together without seeing the future guy or the guy behind him and put this together? It does not make sense unless there was a God behind it. How does it stay together even though it's been persecuted and burned and tortured and eradicated from countries and continents at periods of time, and then we still have it, it still survives, and there's thousands of ancient manuscripts to the T? How, if there isn't a God?
I just wanted to speak a little bit about the Word of God and how well it was preserved. Again, I know fact checkers will go start typing now,
We're just throwing out numbers, and we have no idea if they're even right or not. This is what are we doing?
The best I remember from just going off by memory, right? Over 5,700 manuscripts, and all of them align. If you are, there are certain types where the word ordering was different, but it meant the same thing. There's no critical discrepancy that alters the fundamental beliefs that we have. But think about it, 5,700. The next manuscript that has, by the number of manuscripts preserved, the next one is 800 or around 800. And it was not even recorded in the same century, not in the same half millennium, right? It was recorded like 600 years after the actual events took place. We believe it, like scientifically and then like in society, we believe that second manuscript.
You're talking about a different document, not the Bible, right? You're talking about
I can't remember what the book is.
Was it the Homer's Iliad?
I think so.
Yeah,
that's the
okay.
one.
I know what you're talking about.
But it's like we read it as historically valid piece of information, and the Bible was preserved over with like almost 10 times more manuscripts, and they're so precise and accurate. And all of it is underpinned with the fact that many of the claims that were done in the Gospels and even in Acts, they were recorded so close that people that were, when the claim was happening, the people were still living, and you could find contradiction in some other documents or books or anywhere, right? And we don't find that. We don't find somebody trying to disprove the fact that Jesus, or I shouldn't say the fact, but I mean the evidence or the claim that Jesus appeared to 500 people, right? I mean, a lot of those people were still alive. They could say, no, that was a lie. That didn't happen. We don't find that. And many other things that just, if you just say, like, when we look at this, when we look at Christianity and we look at other religions, if we come to this humbly, and we come to this with a heart that truly seeks and asks God, like, which one are you? Or how do I believe you? We'll inevitably find the answer in Christianity.